Gentlemen, thanks for clicking on the video. We are going on a road trip. We're heading down to West Virginia, which is by far my favorite state to hunt in as of right now, and one of my favorite spots just to be in on Earth. I've got some family down there that's gracious enough to let me hunt their property, which is essentially just 100 acres of timber up on one of the mountainsides in the foothills of the Appalachians. So I'm extremely excited. We're going out for a mid-October archery deer hunt with a little bit of a twist. The twist being I have exactly 1 day to do this hunt, and there is black bear activity in the area, and I have a black bear tag in my pocket as well. So this could get very, very interesting. I have exactly zero knowledge of how to hunt black bears. I have exactly zero experience, but on a property like this in the middle of absolutely nowhere, West Virginia, anything can happen, and I want to give this a really serious shot. So with that being said, I'm going to get back on the road and get this trip started. Oh, good morning. Had quite the walk into the woods this morning. Burnt up my legs pretty good. It's a fairly steep area in here. But we're set up. Made it up into a tree. And in front of me is the main ridge on the property. And that's where I've seen most of the black bear activity on camera, as well as some decent bucks moving through the area. And on my way up here, I moved a group of deer out of my way. I think they just saw my red light and kind of just moved off. They didn't blow at me or spook real hard. They just kind of scurried off into the darkness. So not too worried about that. It's good to see deer in the area in general. But man, the acorns are raining right now. Every few seconds I hear another one fall, which is good, because there will be food in here, but it's kind of bad because there's food everywhere. So I found a couple of awesome scrapes on the way in too. And I just looked down here to my right and found that I also set up on one. So that's pretty awesome. So hopefully a half-decent buck cruises through. I'm on one of these main logging roads just below the ridge, with the wind actually hitting me from the back and going over the ridge and out into that valley in front of me. So the idea is I'll have this left and right traffic underneath me, some traffic behind me, and any traffic straight in front of me shouldn't get my wind due to the thermals, and they'd have to expose themselves for a shot before they got my wind too. So wind is check, taken care of. So I'm gonna get quiet and settle in, enjoy the sights, enjoy the sounds, and hopefully something decent moves in soon. Got a young spike hanging out with me. He came through with 2 does, bumped him out of here. He was grunting at him. So I'm just gonna let him move off, pass on him for right now. Wait for something a little bit older. That was cool. They were in close. Alright, well, those deer have moved off. It is now 8:45. Fog's starting to roll up over this ridge in front of me. That was pretty exciting. That gave me some confidence that my wind is correct and that, my setup is pretty good. I'm just really gonna hunker down and focus so that if something does come through, I have the best chance of capitalizing on it. But so far this is really, really fun. You might notice the camera shaking a little bit. It is getting kind of cold. Or it's at least not warming up as fast as I thought it would. We're on the shady side of this hill, so I had to bundle up a little bit. But other than that, very comfortable. Running a back band underneath my jacket today too. And the old saddle's doing very, very well for me, so stay tuned. We'll check back in with you. Okay, current time is 10:37. Starting to slow down in the woods a little bit, and the wind has switched on me. The wind is coming from in front of me to behind me now, instead of going from back to front with the thermals rising, which is honestly okay. In front of me is that ridge that I'm really interested in hunting, where I've been seeing most of the activity, and to my left is still well within a good wind for me. Just down behind me down the hill, I got like a 35-yard shooting lane, and it's probably blown out, but the hope is that anything that might walk out into that shooting lane won't be in my wind until it gets there, and I might be able to pull off a shot if anything even comes through. I'm gonna get a little bit of food in me. I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. Get hydrated, and hopefully see something pretty soon. I just had a 4-point buck come in, dog and 2 does, and I still see him about 100 yards away. It's 6 deer on the day, 2 bucks passed. He's moving off now, but we've got a lot of buck activity today, which is awesome. Both times they've been chasing, so I'm gonna play the patient game, stay set up. It's currently 11:30. They are using this ridge pretty heavily, which is exactly what I expected, so I gotta calm my shakes a little bit. That buck was literally at the base of my tree. If I looked down, I was making eye contact with him. And like I said, I don't think I would have shot him. He was a 4-point, but he was kind of like wide, had 2 little crab claws at the end of his antlers. Cool buck. I hope he makes it to next year. Very cool experience, but I gotta watch, make sure there's nothing else coming, so I'm gonna put this down and get back to hunting. We've got more deer on the move again. If that same 4-point walks past one more time, he might not get another pass, so we'll see. Okay, well, here's the new update. Went ahead and climbed down because the wind is going to be switching this evening. So we're going to move out onto a different spot in the property where the wind is more beneficial. But no traffic since our last check-in. A little bit of movement. Oops. A little bit of doe movement up on this hill, which I think I updated you guys about before I signed off last. But other than that, it's been quiet, so I'm assuming everything's bedded down for the day. I'm going to still hunt my way. It's only about 4 o'clock right now, so I'm going to still hunt my way to a more advantageous position and climb a new tree. So that was about, what time did I get up? I got up into the saddle at 6:30, climbed down at 4, so that's like 10 hours in the saddle. Under those circumstances, a back band is really helpful. So, yeah, I'm going to get on the move here. Really torn up. Some historical rubs here too. Take that information with me. Good to know, good to know. Just gonna take the ridge back towards the truck for a while and try to find a good tree on the way. So I gotta blow my scent north over from the other side of the ridge, so it shouldn't be too hard to find a good spot. Let's go. Okay, well, we made it to this evening's sit, and I'm just staying on the ground for right now because there's enough of a level change that I don't really have to go up a tree to get a good angle on these deer. I still hunted my way probably not quite a half mile across this ridge, and when I got near this spot, there were bucks chasing does in the bottom right in front of me, which leads me to believe that they are bedding the other side of this saddle over here. So this comes down, swoops back up on the other side, and it's real thick on my left side of this. So with my wind going back the way I came and an assumed travel direction coming up and over this saddle, we're in good shape if one walks out. Just set up behind a bit of deadfall. So real nice and simple. And yeah, we've got some history in this spot. It's produced fairly well during rifle season a few times, so got about 90 minutes of light left. Let's see if we can't make it happen on a mature buck or still holding out for maybe killing that bear. Let's do it. said I wasn't gonna take a doe. I said I was gonna hold out for that buck or that bear. But she's standing there at 5 yards and I'm beating her at the, you know, the head bob game. She's huge. She's a beautiful doe. Wow. I'm not in love with that first hit. I think I caught her through her shoulders and just put her down, and I hit her immediately with another one. And that went straight through the center of the chest and she was done. She's done. You know, this property is not managed for big deer or anything. Every once in a while somebody snags a really nice one off of this ridge. And I don't think anybody's ever, in my immediate family, nobody's ever archery hunted here. And, you know, I could have sat here until dark and not seen anything. Or seen a couple younger bucks again or something. Or I could just take that doe solo, completely on her own, mature deer. Really cool way to get it done too. Up close off the ground. Holy smokes. She was right behind me. She was just over this little rise behind me, you see here. Man. There's this tree right in front of me. I mean, literally, how far was that? Like, I don't even know. 7, 8 yards? I'm still shaking. Listen, man, I don't care if it's 150, 180 inch buck or a nice doe and anything in between that spectrum. I draw back, I get a little shook up. Yeah, man, I draw back and I get excited. Just because I love doing this, you know. Solo West Virginia archery doe from the ground on top of the hill. Yes. All right, let's go get her. Well, there she is, gents. Beautiful West Virginia mountain doe. And I'm on the board now for archery season, which is awesome. Wow. Really cool hunt today. I mean, I came in and I sat from morning until 4 o'clock, which is like 10 hours up in that first tree, and saw like 8 deer. And let some does walk, let a couple young bucks walk. And then I was like, okay, well, I know there's decent bucks on this property somewhere popping up on cameras, so I'll hold off. And she came in at 8 yards, and I figured this is a good exercise in skill of see if I can pull this thing off, and I somehow did it, which is awesome. Yeah, but she is just beautiful. And I know she doesn't have a big rack. She's not a black bear, she's not a big buck, but this deer's gonna feed my family, and that in and of itself is really cool, really valuable, really, you know, that's one of the beautiful things about this as a hobby is, you know, respect for the wildlife, love for deer as a species and as a population in your state, and also being able to put food on your table. The way that people have been doing it for thousands and thousands of years is still by far my favorite way to go about it. So, speaking of which, I gotta get to work now. I'm gonna try and get her down off this mountain before dark. We'll see how that goes. It's not looking great, but yeah, I'm extremely thankful for this deer. No part of her is going to waste, I guarantee that much. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut you guys loose because I don't think you want to stick around for the boring part. So there's more deer behind you. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed this little adventure on the mountain with me. We got more coming very, very soon. So check out the channel if you'd like, and catch you in the next one. Bye guys.